y'all? Welcome to Girl Made Screen. My name is Norma, your host or whatever, and welcome to Vlogmas, 12 Days of Christmas, day 2. Okay, or I guess day 11. Are we counting down? Are we counting up? I think we already said 1, so I guess we're counting up. So day 2 is gonna be The Holiday, an absolute classic. Honestly, forgot how good it was. Haven't seen it in a long time, and so glad I picked it. We have 2 main characters. We've got Iris and we have Amanda. Iris is from London, Amanda is from LA. Iris is a writer, I believe, and Amanda is a movie advertiser. So she basically makes the trailers, so it seems to me. Her whole side of the movie has like a movie trailer narrator situation going on, which would think takes you out, but it doesn't. It's kind of dope, so we enjoy it. It's kind of cool because essentially a lot of it is her internal monologue. Iris has someone named Jasper who's an a-hole. He's an ex who keeps her around under the guise of friendship, but he just keeps her around to use her for like writing, reviewing his stuff, revising, helping him write it. She ends up heartbroken. She finds out he's engaged at some company party, I guess, or something. And I guess the whole time she thought maybe there could be something there. So she's crushed. She's home crying. Then we have Amanda, who finds out her current boyfriend is cheating on her. He won't admit it, then he does. Then he says that she's all about work and tries to blame her for it, which is insane. Saying she never cries, she's not emotional, like just beating the girl down. Then Amanda decides to book like a cottage of some sort somewhere far away. She finds Iris's cottage and she's like, I know it's last minute, but like, what's up? Like, you trying to rent it to me? And then Iris is like, hi, like, I would love to have you, but it's only exchange. Like, we basically exchange lives. Things, the things in their lives. So the house, the car, you know. So they both agree and they switch. And now we have our meet cutes, which we find out what that means later in the movie if you don't already know. So just hold on. We have our meet cutes. So we have Miles introduced to Iris. Miles is Amanda's ex's either coworker or assistant or something. He's coming to get his laptop or something along those lines. So that is how Iris meets Miles. They have a little bit of bantering. Quite flirtatious if you ask me, while his girl is in the car. He's like picking something out of her eye and stuff, helping her get something out. But yeah, so that's their encounter. She kind of is like, come back tomorrow. Let me make sure with her assistant. I don't want to just let you in her home. And he's like, okay, cool. Then we have Amanda about to fall asleep when she's awoken by someone banging on the door. Like, open the door. Like, why you playing? Come on. I gotta pee. I'm about to pee on the porch. And so she opens the door and he's like, whoa, you're not Iris. It's Iris's brother, Graham. I love that name, BT dubs. But anywho, yeah, he's drunk. He was on a night out. He's talking to her. He's like, you know, she lets me, on the few occasions that I'm here, she lets me sleep over so I don't have to drive drunk. You know the deal. And so they're chatting, they're flirting, they're chatting, they're flirting. And then he kisses her goodnight. Like, they're saying goodnight, and she's like, goodnight. He's like, goodnight. And he kind of just instinctually kisses her. And then she's like, oh. And he's like, ooh. And then she's like, maybe can we try that again? And I guess she's never done the whole stranger thing. And so she essentially kisses him like 2 more times, being like, And she's like, it's weird. And then she's like, you know, we're never gonna see each other again. Might as well sleep together. And I love this consensual conversation of clear intentions. Very unique and ahead of its time, if I do say so myself. The second time she asked for a kiss, and she was like, maybe if I close my eyes. He kisses her eyes right here. Kisses them. Adorable. Then we have the awkward exit of the morning where he's like, girl, you don't want to be with me. I'm a mess. She's like, hey, I'm cool. Promise not to fall in love with you. We good. And he's like, okay. But then he tells her, like, because she told him the night before, or no, I think that morning, sorry. In this conversation, she tells him how like she's going home because she thought she'd be lonely for the holidays at home and going somewhere else would make it feel less lonely, but she's like, she's never felt lonelier, so she's going home. And he's like, well, if you change your mind or if you end up staying, I'll be at a pub with some friends, dinner and drinks. And she's like, okay. Just kidding. He invites her to spend time with him and his friends. we see Iris. She's loving the like curtains that close into darkness and all of that. She gets a call from Jasper the next morning asking her to review some pages. He's struggling and oh goodness, he needs her. And she's simping. So she says, yeah. It's so cute because he gets to the pub and he's like looking for her. He doesn't see her, so he sits with his friends looking kind of bummed out. And then someone walks past and she's at like a table across from them, just so stinking cute. And now we have Iris meeting Arthur. It's an elderly neighbor that she saw. She sees him kind of walking looking lost and she's like, can I give you a ride home? He's like, you know where that is? She's like, yeah. And he's like, good, because I don't. And so she takes him home. And he mentions how nice of a meet cute it was. And she's like, what? And then he says what a meet cute is. And for those of you who don't know, it's how the love interest in a movie meet each other. It's like a cute little, you know, what does he say? Like they're at a department store. They both need pajamas. They both end up in the men's section. The guy's like, I just need some bottoms. The girl's like, I just need a top. And so, you know, it's a little meet cute because it's like, oh, well, let's buy a set together and we'll each take a piece. And it's like a vibe, you know. You knew that. We all know what meet cutes are by now, but it's very cute. She meets Arthur and they become great friends and we love Arthur here. Graham and Amanda had a great time the night before. They got super drunk. She begged him to stay. They didn't have sex because hello, he's not having sex with a drunk woman. We love Graham. Again, ahead of their time. I'm just talking shit. So then they agree to go on a date later on. They're on their first date. Amanda's giving him a job interview, asking him all these questions. They get to know a little bit about each other. She tells him about her parents and how they divorced, and they were the Three Musketeers, so it was a shock to her. She cried for a long time, and then from there decided not to cry. So she hasn't cried since she was 13. So, you know, they're gaining a little bit more of an understanding of each other. At the end of the day, Amanda talks about not complicating things and kind of just leaving it as is. Niles shows up, I want to say to get the laptop or something. He shows up at the house where Iris is at, Amanda's house, duh. And she's having a dinner party with Arthur and his friends. And so Miles is like, oh my gosh, let me join. And so they learn so much. They both are, he's in the movie business, she's a writer, but they both like the history of Hollywood writing, all of that. So Arthur is an amazing connection. He knows all these known people of that world from back then. So they really enjoy their company and it's very cute. So moving back to Amanda, Amanda decides, you know what? F it. I want to see him, right? There's like a funny conversation where Iris's brother calls her and then Amanda calls her and she deduces that they've slept together, but she keeps trying to click back over to her brother to be like, you slept with her? What the heck is wrong with you? But she keeps saying it to Amanda and then she's like, I'm so sorry, and like hangs up on everybody. Amanda shows up at Graham's house. He's acting weird. She hears noise in the background. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm silly. It's fine, listen, it's fine. And then one of his daughters pops up, a little girl, and she's like, Daddy. And she's like, Daddy? And he's like, yep, this is Sophie. Oh, She's looking at him like, hey, you didn't tell me this. Which, like, why would he, baby? Y'all was just sleeping together having fun. Get it together, girl. Think with the brain, girl. Think with the brain. And she's like, okay. And as they're talking, another little head pops up, and it's Olivia, which BT does. There were a few phone calls where Amanda just happened to see his phone first. She saw Sophie. She saw an Olivia. Ding, ding, ding. Now she's like, oh, but what I would like to know, however, is why do Sophie and Olivia have cell phones? Back at this time, that would not happen. Also, they are way too little to have two phones, right? Like they could have when they share. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So just a little discrepancy there, but who knows? Maybe he's just a cool dad who gave him cell phones really early on. So she's meeting the daughters. They have a beautiful, wonderful time. It's so cute. The daughters are invited to their tent. They're all laying there. The daughters mention how he calls him and his girls the Three Musketeers, which is what she said about her parents. And the daughters are like, if you wanted to stay, you could. They love her. And he's like, I've never seen them take to anyone so fast. And she's just kind of like, well, tell me about them. And, you know, he tells her what we're all thinking. Like, we don't know each other. You just a little thing, according to you. So I'm not going to tell my kids about you. Like, girl, that is crazy work. Why would he? Like, come on now. I mean, I guess he could have still said I'm a dad, but they were having fun. Like, obviously they don't think they're going to see each other again. So that doesn't seem like, well, I guess they did talk about her parents' divorce all deep and stuff. Okay, I'm on the fence. Iris is hanging out with Arthur and he gets a letter from, I believe it's the Writers Guild, if I'm not mistaken, inviting him to an evening of honoring him and his work. He's like, girl, no, I'm old, I'm crusty, musty, dusty. He didn't say that. That's so mean. But that's essentially what he was saying. Is like, I'm not gonna go embarrass myself. That's essentially what he's saying, right? He's like, I'm not gonna go embarrass myself in front of these people. Like, he thinks it's just like people gonna laugh at him. He's old, no one cares. She convinces him, we're gonna work you out, you're gonna walk. You're not gonna need a cane, a walker, nothing. You're gonna walk yourself right up there. And so they're doing little like pool workouts. She's walking, like pulling his walker from him. It's such a cute friendship. Iris and Miles end up like on a low-key date, like not a date because he has a girlfriend, of course, but they're like hanging out, right? They agree to go pick a movie that she was gonna watch next. He keeps like showing up, and I cannot remember what his reasons are for showing up because I assume you've already gotten the laptop by now. But needless to say, they're out when he sees his girlfriend out with someone else. She was supposed to be on location in New Mexico shooting a movie. She says the movie ended after 2 days, and she's been here the whole time. And during that time that she's been there, she was on the phone with him talking about seeing snow. So, wow. So he's all heartbroken. He's just like, dang, dog. Like, he's like, I keep picking these girls, but it's like, you know, this girl wants me type of thing, right? Like, oh, like, I'm not that cute, but look what I got type of situation. So they're talking. They're really getting along. They're connecting over those feelings because her feelings for Jasper are similar. They have similar processes going on. Graham and Amanda haven't seen each other for a while, and now that I think about it, I think I put in the whole phone call thing in too early. I'm pretty sure it happens after she knows about the kids and stuff. But anywho, they haven't seen each other in a while, and he shows up to see her. She wanted to see him too, and so they sleep together, whatever, and they're talking about how that could work. You know, neither of them is near each other ever, so it's like, realistically, she's like, we'll try to date and it'll fall apart. What's the point? And then he's like, I'll give you another scenario. I love you. So he tells her he loves her, but she doesn't really say it back. But then she's just like, just be quiet. And the next day they like kiss goodbye, and she's like, we're gonna see each other again. It's fine. It's a, what is she saying? Like a see you later something. I don't know. And I believe she's like actually leaving. Yeah. So she's like, it's fine. We're fine. Like, everything's good. Let's just leave it at, who knows, right? Blase, blase. Miles is at dinner with Iris when his ex-girlfriend calls him crying. She wants him back. He's like, okay, let me go talk to her, and just leaves homegirl hanging. And he's trying to say, like, I'll wait. And she's like, bitch, I don't want to sit here and wait with you. He leaves. Iris is back at home where Jasper shows up. Surprise! He misses her so much. He's so lost without her there. He wants her. He needs her. They're kissing. And then she finds out that he's not actually leaving his wife. He was trying to keep her as a side piece. It's so wrong. So wrong with these fans. But yeah, thankfully she's like, bitch, get out. Simple as that. Simple. It didn't go like that. But she was like, ah, like, thank God. I finally see the light. Everything I should have been told you. Now get out. Then she gets ready to take Arthur to his event. She takes him. They open the doors. Everyone's clapping for Arthur. It's beautiful. Miles shows up. He's like, broke up with her. It's a done deal. They kiss, right? Like, it's a beautiful, wonderful evening for everyone. Arthur walks up to the stage all on his own, gives his speech. It's a beautiful night. We're back with Amanda and Graham. Amanda's in the car, headed away to the airport to go home. Why did I say that like that? I don't know. Then she tells the driver, stop, turn around. He's trying to turn around. He's like, it's gonna take a while, girl. She said, it's fine, just stop. She gets out. She's gonna run the miles and miles to the house. It's not miles and miles, but you know, it's treacherous out there. She goes back. She's yelling in the house, Graham, Graham, Graham. He comes out. He's crying because there's a scene where he says he cries more than girls because she says she can't cry at all. And he's just, look at my face, girl. Look at me. And then I'm so done with myself. They talk. She's like, we're doing this. They're doing it, you guys. They're in love. And then we get this beautiful ending scene of New Year's. Miles and Iris are, I think, at Iris's house, or at least in London. I don't freaking know. And then Graham and Amanda are together now, and the little girls are there, and they're all celebrating New Year's together. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful ending to a movie. And I love it. I will say, in this ending, right, they're all like dancing, haha, like music is playing, they're just laughing. And then you see like Amanda shushing the girls, and I was like, why are you shushing them? Don't shush them. You're not their mom. Just kidding. But I did notice the shushing, and I was like, why is she shushing them? They're like dancing and laughing and listening to music. Why they gotta be quiet, girl? But I think it was just kind of an in the moment, right? You know how, like, because a lot of those scenes be slightly improvish, where they're like, hey, this is the vibe, just go with the vibe, right? And they're like, just dance, look like you're having fun, interact with each other. And I think she just kind of, was just what came to mind to her, and I guess seeing children and being like, you shush children, right? Like, that's what I picture happening. That's what I picture Cameron Diaz's thought process being for that scene. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you did. I actually had a lot of fun retelling this one. It was a good time. Comment down below how much you love this movie, because I'd be shocked if you don't. But definitely comment down below if you don't, because I'd love to know why. Subscribe for more content like this, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!